Good morning, WLLV. My name is Alma Woolley, and I am a volunteer with AARP Kentucky, and I am so happy to be with you today. And we would love to hear from you, so call into the studio. The number is 502-795-1019, and or listen live at llvonline.com. I tell you, we are so excited to be with you here today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We are. Good morning, Louisville. Welcome back to WLLV and Discover AARP here in the Ville. We have another guest joining us this morning. Miss Taisha Rawlins is the Senior Associate State Director for Outreach and Advocacy with AARP here in Kentucky. Taisha, are you live on the line?
I am. Good morning, Miss Alma and
morning.
Mr. Scott. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of the call today. I really appreciate being here on this cold Friday.
Yeah, we are thawing out. It's a little chilly in here. So, and we want to welcome everybody that's watching online, especially Miss Kay Fisher. Good to see you back, Kay. Hope all is well with you. So, Alma, let's get started. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, today we're going to just give you some of the upcoming events that are going to take place in Louisville this month, and some of the wonderful things that perhaps that we have planned for the new year. So we definitely want you all to get out paper and pencil and write some of these events down and come and join us because we are definitely having a wonderful time here in Louisville.
And I got to tell you, and Taisha, you can jump in anytime, but what this Louisville volunteer team, it's a group of volunteers that help AARP deliver on our mission. They have just nonstop every month been producing some great free events. And one of the things that we're going to get into as we talk about what's coming up for these dates. So you might want to have a pen and paper handy, but you can find us online, aarp.org/KY. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube. We're covering them all, and LinkedIn. We're also on LinkedIn.
All right.
Yeah, that's a fun one. But just I'm so impressed with the work that the volunteers, the time they give, and the commitment that they have to reaching out to people 50 plus across Kentucky and across Louisville. So, Taisha, how do you want to do this? You want to take a minute, tell us a little bit about some of the dates that are coming up?
Actually, Scott, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a minute just to talk about the team. As the staff person assigned to this team, I am just so amazed by all the work that they do for people 50 plus in our community. I'm just always so impressed and just really amazed. They care about our community. They care about people 50 plus. They care about the things that impact people 50 plus, and it really makes a difference in all the things that we've done. You know, we basically break our work down into 3 buckets of work. We do some education, we do some outreach, and then we do some advocacy. And we have people on our team who want to do it all. We have some who just want to do the outreach. We have some who just want to do the education. And it takes all of them to make a really great team. And we're always recruiting, so I'm just going to put a little plug out for that. If you are one who likes to educate and talk to your people, your age and your age bracket, and maybe going through some of the same things you're going through, we welcome you to come to our team because we want to talk about what it means to be a family caregiver. We want to talk about how do we protect ourselves from those latest scams that are out there. We want to talk about how do we get affordable housing in our community. And those are the types of things that our volunteers are doing every month, making sure that we are in our community, making sure that we bring things that are of value to our members, but not only our members, the 50 plus just in general.
And that's what ARP's big purpose is to bring that value and quality of life for folks 50 plus, as we age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And I will say, to specifically answer your question, though, just last month we had our annual caregiver conference, and Miss Alma was one of the key planners of that particular event. And I thought it was so impactful because the people who attended really needed that information. And I think everyone who left with resources, tangible resources. They knew who to call. They knew which agency could provide what. They knew if there was a waiting list or not. Those are the type of things that make a difference in people's lives and can make their journeys a little bit easier. And from the personal stories that were shared, we had our guest speaker, Jason Koger, was incredible. He left most of us feeling just like we can do it. We can make it. We can do this journey. And I don't know, Alma, would you like to talk about that event at all? Because you played a pivotal role in making sure that happened.
And you're right, Taisha. There was so much good information about not only caregiving, but taking care of yourself as a caregiver. And
Yes.
the information that was received, I believe that a lot of people took that with them. And even now, they are working towards those goals of taking care of themselves, because you have to take care of yourself as a caregiver, because it's true. You cannot be of any help to anyone else if you're not taking care of yourself. So, and we want to
That's
encourage
right.
caregivers to do exactly that. Take care of yourself. And if you need a break, if you need something, there are resources out there to help you. And you can always go to aarp.org, and there's
you can find it
information.
all.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
find that information on our website.
Yeah, it's there.
And I will
It's
say,
all free.
Yeah.
yeah, and we had someone even call back to the office a day or two later asking, could we send another packet for their neighbor? Because what they learned,
Yeah.
they thought it was so valuable, but they didn't want to give up with their copy, so they wanted us to send something else. And we are more than happy to do that, because those resources, we have them at the office. We don't mind sending those out. That is not a problem.
Yeah.
And, if you are a caregiver, you're not alone. And most people have been a caregiver, or they're going to need a caregiver in the course of your life. And there's ways to help. There's ways to plan. There's ways to share your experience. And that's really, I think, something that helps with so many people. And AARP has a Facebook page dedicated to family caregivers as well, that you can join. And it's a very active page with a lot of information being given away and shared by folks all across the globe who participate in that.
And that's true. And I tell you, that's one of the things I just love about AARP, because it gives information that I need as a 50 plus.
Absolutely.
Right. Right.
And that the information is free. And it is information that has been well thought out.
Oh.
That has,
Yeah,
And-
we have some experts.
Oh, definitely, and it addresses everything that we may need.
And like Taisha said, I mean, these programs, these outreach efforts, I mean, it's driven by our volunteers, and that's super impressive. And they bring real life experience to all the work they're doing across the country, across Louisville, across Kentucky. AARP has a state office in every state, including Kentucky. And it's a tremendous way to help improve life for folks.
That's right. That's
So.
right. And in saying that, we have some events coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on December the 12th, we have Movies for Grown-Ups. And if you have never come out to see a free movie, it's a free movie. Only thing you have to do is register. We have Movies for Grown-Ups, usually at least 4 or 5 times a year. But coming up on December the 12th is going to be Wicked for Good. And so I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
And and so
Taisha, is it sold out yet?
Of course, but there is a waiting list, and you can get on that waiting list. But we're excited about that. Last year, when Wicked, the first part came out, we had 2 screens, and so everyone seemed to have a really good time. So we're excited to bring that part 2 back to our members here in the city, or anyone 50 plus. You don't have to necessarily be a member to join us and enjoy the movie with us.
Now, you're doing something special with this Movies for Grown-Ups. You're going to have a canned food drive for Dare to Care. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes,
Alma.
thank you so much. The need is so great in our community, and even for our older adults, we have a great need from our food banks saying that they are in need of help. And so one way that we can give back in our community is we are asking those who attend the movie this time to bring a canned good or two. We're not asking you to bring a whole,
Right.
grocery bag full, but just a can or two,
The basics.
so that we can help restock those pantries and help people through these winter months and this hard time that they are going through right now. So yes, if you happen to come to the movie next week, please think about our neighbors and bring a canned good or two that we can donate to Dare to Care.
And go ahead.
And I was just going to say that's how AARP. That's how we work. That's who we are. We are out here to help and to make sure that not only seniors but our community, the needs are being met. So that is wonderful.
And
Yeah.
it can be, it's a collective effort, right? Because you can bring 2-3 cans of green beans, and that's going to add. And there's that multiplier effect where people across Louisville have been supporting Dare to Care. And it's just these simple ways that everybody can add a little. So it all adds up.
That's right.
It
And it does. You're right. It
Yeah.
adds up. It does. It makes a difference.
Yes. Another event that's coming up is
Oh.
on December 14th.
Oh, I want to talk about this one.
All right, go ahead, Scott.
No, go ahead.
Okay, it's Lights on Main. It's a free family day at the Fraser Museum from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. And again, free. And it's Lights on Main Street, on Main. Can you tell us more about that, Scott?
Yeah, and Taisha is going to have some to add to this one because we went down there last night, and it was the kickoff for the Lights on Main. And they have more than 100 decorated holiday trees in the museum, and they're all different sponsors. AARP Louisville team has produced a beautiful holiday tree that's all AARP stuff. And the colors pop out. The design is incredible, and it was all done by volunteers.
It was, and I could not be more pleased with what the volunteers did with that. They just took the idea and ran with it. And, this particular event supports, again, our community. This supports I Would Rather Be Reading, which is a program to help get young people reading. And then, of course, the Fraser Museum. And Scott mentioned there are 100 trees, but those are trees decorated by many organizations in our community. So AARP is just one of many. I think it's one of the best.
Of
but
course.
I may be biased. I may be biased. But it's a great display. It's a nice time. And I think it's wonderful that they're having a free day so that everyone can come in and enjoy that space. It's 3 stories of trees. And, of course, you still get to see the exhibits that are in the museum. And, it's just a really nice time, a nice day out for the family. A nice free day out for the family.
Yeah, so that-
And be sure to check out our tree. There's a fan favorite, and you can vote on which tree you like the best, and we want you to vote for AARP's tree.
Yeah, so that's Saturday, December 14, 9:30 to 2 p.m. The Fraser, the Fraser Museum.
Not Saturday, it's a Sunday, Scott.
Oh, well, there you go, folks. Hey, December 14, that's for sure. The
Yes.
Fraser Museum on Main Street, and there is parking available down there. We went last night. We didn't have any trouble parking. But as Taisha mentioned, you get to see the rest of their collection. Love and Marriage was an interesting collection of wedding dresses and wedding attire that people in Kentucky have worn over, since the 1800s. And they have a photo booth, so you could go in there with the fam and take a family photo with a holiday theme. It was really cool. I was so impressed. But again, vote for the AARP tree if you think it's the best. Number 42.
Okay.
It's on the second floor and really impressive. So, okay. Anything else on that, Taisha?
No, I think we covered it. You'll have fun. It's a free day, and give yourself at least an hour because three floors of trees, and they're all just gorgeous. The themes they've done a great job with their themes.
And let me just say that this is a wonderful family gathering
Yeah.
for this time of year. And so please take advantage of that. Again, that is Sunday, December 14th, Lights on Main. So take advantage of that. Bring the whole family out and just visit the Fraser Museum. It's beautiful as it is, but with all of those trees, I know it's going to be lovely. Again, that's from 9:30 to 2 p.m. And we hope to see you there.
Yeah. Hey, make that trip to the Fraser Museum. It is worth the trip. So, Taisha, is there anything else on your mind right now? Is there anything we've not talked about?
Well, let me just throw in, since we are talking about the Lights on Main and the AARP tree, if you happen to go any day, so you can go on the free day, but that exhibit runs through January 4th, you do have an opportunity to sign up for a chance to win a $100 gift card to Kroger at the AARP tree. So one thing that we also want to do for our, our community and our neighbors is provide an opportunity to $100 worth of groceries. So you will have a chance to sign up for that at the tree. You don't even need one of us there. And we will do that drawing on January 5th. So the drawing is live. People are signing up, and we will do that drawing on January 5th for a $100 gift card to Kroger.
A $100 gift card and no purchase required. It's open to everyone.
No purchase required.
So check that out. And I'm going to have this on our social media pages here shortly. So you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram to find out more about entering that sweepstakes for the $100 Kroger gift card. All right. Well, hey, Miss Taisha, thank you. So what I wanted to mention very quickly, the Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs, right before Thanksgiving, we had the opportunity to go do a stand down with them. It was in Bullitt County, Shepherdsville, if y'all are listening out there, and it was really impressive. They had local resources at the American Legion Post 157, and they were reaching out to veterans struggling to meet their basic needs. And the Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs does terrific work, and AARP Kentucky is just proud to be a little part of that work that's going on across the state for our veterans and their families. And AARP has some tremendous resources available for veterans and their families on caregiving, on fraud prevention, on home modifications, some of the basic services that you've earned as a veteran from the VA. And Miss Alma, you as an Army vet, you definitely qualify.
Yeah, and again, that's another reason why I love AARP because I am a veteran, and just the information that I'm able to give to veterans as I'm out in the community about what AARP offers and the things that we do for veterans in our community, I tell you, it's just such a blessing.
And a lot of your work with the National Association for Black Veterans has been terrific, and AARP has been excited to be a part of that.
Yes.
Here in Kentucky and Louisville. But are you a commander?
Yeah, I command the Chapter 125 of NAVETS. And thank you for bringing that
Watch
up.
out.
So, and again, just having a partner like AARP really just helps us to reach so many who are in need.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to mention that real quick. Because, again, the Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs has been hardworking, and their homeless veteran program is reaching out to those that are vulnerable and they're at risk and doing great work. So, all right. So, Ms. Taisha and Ms. Alva, we're going to talk a little bit about holiday scams because it is the season. You're going to see a lot of scam attempts because they never stop.
Never stop.
Never.
But the AARP, Fraud Watch Network, is offering you a warning during the holiday scam season. So they're on the rise, And as you're shopping and you're donating online, there is a never-ending risk for the scammers. And some of the data shows that nearly 9 in 10 adults have experienced some kind of fraud. And the scammers are taking advantage of the busy holiday season, fake shipping alerts on your front porch, bogus charities, any way they can try to steal money. And they might tell you to go to a cryptocurrency kiosk and put in money, something like that. But across the country, like 89% of U.S. adults have experienced at least one kind of scam. And what you need to know, and I'm going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, other things that you need to know is that 3 in 10 people have had a package stolen from outside their home. We got to be careful with that.
Porch pirates.
So when you are expecting a delivery from Amazon, Walmart, Kroger's, whoever, that you need to make sure that somebody is home to receive that, because if not, there are people out there waiting. Yeah.
And that's one other way you can keep an eye out for your neighbors. My neighbor called me the other day and said, "Hey, we've got a box. Can you go get it?" And I said, "Sure." So, okay.
And nearly 4 in 10 encounter deceptive ads on social media. So you got to be careful when you're on social
The
media.
disinformation and the fake ads
Yes.
on social media are relentless.
Oh my goodness! And about 1/3 of seniors and everybody are targeted by fraudulent charity donations. Can you donate to this? Donate to that? And especially when they say we're with the police, we're with the fire department. We want to help those organizations or veterans, and we really want to help those organizations. But you can't trust people anymore. It's a shame.
And because the online is somewhat, they're hidden, they're invisible, and they're hard to identify. So some tips you need to know is be skeptical. If you get an unsolicited text or an unsolicited email about your deliveries or toll payments, that one I think has just had a long life. And charities, because the Giving Tuesday was earlier this week, and so I've received so many emails.
Oh my goodness.
From a lot of the different organizations that need support, and you really have to watch those URLs, those email addresses. Are they real or are they fake?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. And
So
that also goes for your phone calls. So you really have to be careful to make sure you pay attention, not to, if you don't know the number, people need to leave a message. If you want to get a hold of me, leave a message, and then I can call you back. But for these scammers, they're always constantly calling. I get them all the time. Matter of fact, I've had about 3
every
by
day.
sitting here.
right.
Yeah.
And the AARP, the AARP Fraud Watch Network, is working nonstop and has volunteers, and some right here in Louisville, that are very up to date, very knowledgeable about these scams, and we do a lot of presentations to groups. So if you want a fraud speaker to come out to your group, you can find us our guest speaker request on aarp.org/ky, and you can find that and send us a request, and we can prepare a volunteer to come out and speak to your group.
That's right. And so please make sure that you are aware. Be skeptical about everything, because we have to be watchful. That's what the Bible tells us. Watch and pray. So you got to be watchful about everything. Oh, I'm also a pastor, y'all. All right, but I won't try. I'm going to try to stick to the script. Amen. Okay.
Amen.
So monitor your accounts regularly. Monitor your credit card. Monitor all of that and report any suspicious activity immediately.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the key, is you have to monitor what's going on with your accounts.
Yes.
And, knowledge is power, is what we
is.
say routinely
Yes.
about scam and fraud. And so AARP created a special holiday scams 2025 webpage. It's on aarp.org. You can't miss it. The Fraud Watch Network's also on Facebook, and they have regular updates for consumers. So stay alert, be informed, and if you see a scam, if you spot it, you should report it.
Yes.
And the AARP Fraud Watch Network has resources for you and your family to get that information that you need on real-time scams right here in Louisville and Kentucky.
Yeah, and you can go to aarp.org/fraud watch network, or you can call the AARP Fraud Watch Network at 877-908-3360. And so there is information out there, and there's help out there if you need any assistance.
So, Ms. Taisha, what else? Anything to add on Fraud Watch? Because you know fraud, and you know the Fraud Watch Network.
Well, I can just talk about two things that just happened recently to me. One, I did have a charge on my debit card, which is very disturbing because that's your cash.
Yeah.
That's your bank account. If they take the money out of your account, then you are like, oh wow, I'm out of money. Mm-hmm. But the interesting thing about this one was they immediately refunded it.
Oh.
But I knew I never made that charge, so I Googled the name of that was listed on my bank account, because I'm one of those people, I look every single day. I check my account online on my phone every single morning. So when I Googled the name that was listed on my bank account, it said, hey, this is going to be a scam, this is going to be fraud, blah, blah, blah. But the key to this particular scam or fraud is that they make you think, oh, they immediately refunded it, so it must be an accident. No, I immediately closed that debit card, and ordered a new one, because they may refund it this time thinking, okay, they didn't catch it. Okay. Next time I'm going to go bigger, and I'm going to get the money I want. So just be mindful, and like Scott mentioned a minute ago, immediately report it and, make changes that need to be made. I cut that card off immediately. And then the second thing is the online Facebook ads that you all talk about. I scroll, a lot,
Right.
like a lot of people do, and I will see an ad for something that I think is really cute. I'm like, oh wow, that's cute. But I do not click on the link and order. What I do is I Google the name of that organization, and I type the word scam or fraud behind it. And if it's a scam, it will come up as a scam. Do not order something and then wonder about it later, because your money's gone, or you're going to get something that is not the quality that you thought. Look ahead. Just be mindful and think ahead. Let me check this company out. I've never heard of them, so let me see first before I give them any of my payment information.
Absolutely. I mean, you cannot be too careful.
That's right.
No, you can't.
Well, hey, let me say real quickly, welcome to some folks watching online. Miss Jacqueline Stamps, who's an AARP Louisville volunteer. Good morning. Sharon Taylor Carrillo, an AARP volunteer down in Simpson County. Welcome to the show. And Miss Bobby Porter out in West Kentucky. Hi, Bobby. We're going to see you all tonight at the Ohio County Christmas Gala, which I'm looking forward to. So again, Fraud Watch Network is available, aarp.org, /slash holiday scams 2025. But you can Google us. You can find us on Facebook and all the socials. So, and we were going to just mention a little bit about some new data from Kentucky. There's almost 1,987,000 adult caregivers in Kentucky right now. And that number changes on a daily basis. But they're delivering care for their parents, their spouses, or other loved ones, and helping them to live independently at home longer and in their communities where they want to be. And that's part of the work that AARP supports. And one of the things that I know you will see next year in 2026 with AARP Louisville is more support for family caregivers. Y'all want to talk about that for a minute?
Ooh, wow, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'll talk about it.
Go ahead.
The national office has revamped our caregiving presentation, because there are so many areas of need. Yes, there is the direct day-to-day care, but then there's also a financial impact that comes with that. Mm-hmm. There's also needing to find other people to help and not just depend on just yourself so you don't get burned out. And then there's this, how do I navigate all this and make sure that I don't stroke out? So we've got 3 different parts, and we're going to really hone in on that with our volunteers to train on it so that we can then take those to the community, because it's just such a great need, and there's so many people who are now facing the situation of family caregiving. We want to make sure that we are really truly delivering what people need and it can be helpful.
Wow. We just realized what time it was.
Yes.
But, the 30 minutes goes quick. But, Ms. Alma,
yes,
why don't you just kind of sum up for us? Give us some inspirational closing here. As we close out, this is our final show for the year. We'll be back in January with Mr. Vince in the booth. But thank you all for joining us today. Ms. Rollins, thank you so much for joining the show today. But Pastor Woolley, we're going into a very important season.
Mm-hmm.
Close us out.
And let me just say, I just want to encourage each and every one of you that even if this time of year is not your favorite, and for some, that's the truth, but we just want you to know that you are never alone. That you are never alone, that God has put people in all of our lives to be with us. He said it's not good for man to be alone. And it's so true. He sends people our way. So even during this holiday season, we want you to be blessed and keep your mind stayed on those things that are positive in your life, because you are truly blessed to be here. And enjoy this wonderful holiday season.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Mr. Vince, thank you for another great year here at WLOV. And Taisha, thank you again. And that is it. We're out of time. But thank you all for listening. And stay tuned. There's more to come from AARP in Louisville.
Thank you for listening to AARP in the Ville. Our AARP volunteers and guests will be back next month to help you discover more of what AARP has for you and your family in Louisville. Connect with AARP at any time in Louisville online at aarp.org/